Hi everybody, we're back with day 11 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. I'm Darcy here at Brelsford Family Homestead. I'm gonna start out with drying some herbs. A friend was generous to me and gave me some lemon balm, orange mint, chocolate mint. I'm so excited to have some tea with this, and some sweet mint. So all things that I want to grow in my garden next year, but I do not have these varieties. So I've made little tags for them. I am gonna kind of tie them up in bunches, but I'm still gonna lay them out on my hanging drying rack. But that way I don't have to like taste them to figure out which one is which as they're drying or after. So let's get them tied up. First up is the chocolate mint. I just gave it a quick rinse in some vinegar water and then spun it out in the salad spinner. I think what I'm gonna really need to do is just put them in piles on my drying rack, because since there's so many different sizes, I don't know. I don't want them to get all mixed up. But I have other things on my drying rack too. We're just gonna tie it on by like a piece, so I know what pile it is. So we'll just improvise that way. Chocolate mint. All right, I'm actually gonna put it back in the bag to carry it to where my drying rack is. I'm gonna get the rest washed and then I'll show you how I arrange it on my drying rack. Here they are. I used 2 of the layers of my drying rack. So I have the little labels on each one. I'll let these dry and then we'll put them away for use throughout the year. This is going to be the last thing I do for day 11. This is a bunch of ground cherries. I've grown these for several years and I have never actually made anything with them other than dehydrating them and eating them all in the garden. So I am going to take these hulls off and freeze these so that I can add to them and make a dessert or something later in the year. I have cardinals who are just eating so many of these, so I'm not getting as many as I thought I would, but they're enjoying them and probably gonna cause me a lot of volunteer ground cherries next year. Ground cherries are real easy. You just squeeze them out of the hull and that's it. And I don't need to wash them or anything. So the ones that are more yellow, like golden, I'm gonna eat this one. Those are the, oh, that one was so good. Those are the sweeter ones. That green one won't be as good. It'll be a little bit more tart, but I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these husks off and into my bag. Okay, here's my bag of ground cherries. Maybe there were a few eaten while I was shelling them. I actually took some of the really nice deep golden ones and gave one to my husband because he doesn't like ground cherries, and he definitely noticed a huge difference and appreciated the taste of that much more. So if you grow these and you can possibly get any that are like a more of a golden color, not just yellow, they are so sweet and so good. But sometimes, you know, you bump into the plant, some get knocked off, but I'm fighting birds. But anyway, that's it for day 11. We'll see you back here for day 12 tomorrow. Hey guys, it's day 12 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. And for today, I'm gonna harvest these chives, chop them up and freeze them. I haven't harvested this at all this year because I had so many in the house, but I've almost worked through those. So I don't like the texture and the way they store dehydrated, and unfortunately I don't have a freeze dryer. So I'm just gonna harvest all of this and get it inside, chop it up and freeze it. And hopefully not get rained on. It's coming fast. I'm just gonna harvest all of this, put it in the speed tote bag, and then sort them in the house. There are some hard stems and things. I'll show you from like the flower heads, but honestly I haven't done anything with this at all this year. It's usually actually bigger than this. The stuff that maybe doesn't look as good, I'm still gonna just cut it off, maybe chop and drop so it can regrow. I may even transplant this year. It doesn't, this pot is really, can you, that's pretty brittle. Hey, and there's some succulent that somehow came from there to here. All right, I'll get this done. Don't look too close. I did used to be a hairdresser. This isn't the best haircut. As I was putting my pruners away in my mailbox, I saw something and I want to share it with you guys. Let's go. See how the cucamelons have grown? And look, you see them? So very soon we'll be out here harvesting these and we'll make pickled cucamelons together. Oh, I'm so excited. Isn't it lovely? First thing I did was get my baking tray ready. This fits really well right in the top of one of my freezers, so I use this every time to do this. I have a piece of parchment paper. I would suggest that, or like freezer paper, so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna give the chives a quick wash. Then I'm just gonna take scissors and cut them all over this thing in a single layer, put them in the freezer, and probably leave them until the morning or when I get home from church, and then put them in a container. I usually use a mason jar, but you could use like any plastic Tupperware type container. And then you just go and take as many as you want. If by freezing them first like this, instead of just putting them in the jar, then they don't stick together, and you can go out and just grab a few for whatever you're using. You can keep them the whole year through. Look at this pretty bouquet from my garden. I just love it. Some zinnias and some cosmos bright lights. Aren't those pretty? Anyway, oh, and I got this pretty tomato out of the garden. Let's cut up our chives. You could definitely do this on a cutting board with a knife, but this is good too. I folded some of those over, so it caused for some bigger pieces, but I don't mind. What's your favorite thing to use chives for? A friend of mine really likes them and says she loves to just go out in the garden and grab them and eat them. I have never done that, but I should probably try it sometime. Can't knock it until I try it, right? Whew, my eyes are starting to burn a little bit. So does anything work for you when you cut onions or chives, things like that, to not let your eyes water? Like, do goggles work? Somebody said they didn't. I haven't tried those yet. I remember people used to say hold a spoon in your mouth or put a spoon on your nose. All kinds of silly things. Here we are, a full tray of the chives. I'm gonna put these in the freezer and leave them till tomorrow. Even longer if I don't get to them, they'll be okay. But a couple days max, you know, and then get them put into something. Anyway, this is it for day 12. See you tomorrow for day 13. Hey everybody, we're back with day 13 and we're going to finally tackle the rest of those tomatoes. I don't know exactly how many I will get. I'm guessing a canner, maybe a canner and a half full. So I have already set up 2 canners on the stove so we can just get it all done at once. It is Sunday, but I've already had my nap, so I'm not gonna do like crazy amounts, but I am considering one cool canning project other than tomatoes. We'll see. I have some green beans that I need to blanch and freeze because it's not a canner full, and one set of beans is kind of at the end of producing and the other set is just getting ready to set flowers, so I don't want to lose those beans. So let's get started. I've got the canners going and I ended up with 10 quarts and 1 pint. So those are still going. I'll show it to them when they're done. I am going to break up this dry dehydrated sourdough starter. It's just been sitting out in the the air to dry. And I'm gonna weigh it and see if I wanna separate it into a couple packages. That way, if I wanna start one from this or give it to a friend, I can. But then I found something sad, and I knew better than to do this, but I was tired, not feeling good, maybe being lazy too. So whenever I pick green beans, I always put them like in a plastic bag with like a couple little splashes of water, and they're fine for quite some time. I put these in the little box that I harvested them in and put them in the fridge without anything else. And now they are all really limp, wrinkly. So these will make me eggs. That's what we'll do, because I will feed these to my chickens. But, boo. Well, I have more. I have a almost entire raised bed full of green beans that will soon be flowering. So it's not all a loss, but that's sad. I don't like to waste. So let's get the sourdough starter all broken up. Well, you know what? We're not going to do that either, because see this? That was thick in the middle, so that's not fully dry yet. So we're going to leave that. We'll flip that over. So that's going to be another day too. Here it is, 10 quarts and a pint. That does it for all of those tomatoes that I bought. I'm so glad to be done. I may or may not do more at another time if I decide to buy some more. We'll see. I'm not going to do any other preserving tonight. I am going to spend some time with my family and go to bed. That's it for day 13. See you tomorrow, guys. God bless. Welcome back, everybody, to day 14 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. We're going to gather up a few things, some seeds I saved, and pack those up. I do have a canning project that I'm hoping to get to today, but I actually have to run to the store. Unfortunately, I don't have quite enough lemon juice. So as long as they have the one I'm looking for, we will make that a little bit later. So I have my sourdough starter. It's all dry and ready to be kind of crushed up a little bit. I'm going to just put it in a jar. I'm not going to weigh it out into separate things right now, because if I want to give it away, I will just make up a little package for somebody and bless them with it, or use it as I can. But as I'm making this, it says Betty White dehydrated, because that's the name of my starter. And I thought, you know, if Betty White was still alive, I bet she would think this was hilarious. That one, a sourdough starter is made after her, and this one is dehydrated. I have some more ground cherries I harvested this morning. There's more out there. I'll have to wait. It's been raining, so I got these before the rain came. And I am going to pack up my Sugar Rush Peach seeds. We have the chives in the freezer that need to be packaged up. And then I have all of these Sugar Snap peas. I need to package those up as well. So let's get started. That was loud. Sorry. I'm just gonna take that off of there. That is not a necessary step. I have ground it up in my coffee grinder before too, but this is how we're going to leave this for today. Let's make sure that's pointed down. We don't want to lose it. Easy as that. Betty White is ready for the freezer. All right, these are the Sugar Rush Peach. I just made a little envelope out of a piece of index card. I'm going to put a piece of tape on that to keep it closed. I'm pretty sure I meant to write the name on the other side, but that's okay. This will do. Now, I'm just going to use this plate since it works well as a funnel. I don't know if all of these sugar snap pea are viable. I don't know if, I guess they can be green too. So I don't know if some of them had been on the vine long enough. I guess we'll find out when I use them. No pea left behind. That weighs a surprisingly large amount. Should probably just have used a jar or something. All right. Those two things are done. Now we just need to haul the ground cherries, and then I'm gonna freeze those and put them with the ones we did the other day so that we can make a dessert here sometime. So I guess I'll go ahead and haul all of these and then bring you back to show you how much we got. This is how much we got. I'm gonna put that in the freezer with the other stuff. And I pulled out the chives from the other day. I'm going to get that packaged up. I got 2 smaller jars because I usually put it in a quart. And I found that it's just sometimes hard to get to the bottom part in a quart. So I am going to, if there's enough, disperse this between 2 pints. And then I can actually keep one in the freezer in my kitchen and one elsewhere. Well, it looks like it might. Ooh. You do have to do this kind of fast because chives do thaw quickly, and the idea is, I'm blocking. You do need to do that kind of quickly because the idea is to keep them frozen so that they stay separate like that. So you don't want to have it outside of the freezer very long. So when you get that in the freezer, do you guys ever choose to learn lessons the hard way? Or have to repeat learning a lesson? So I am going to listen, and I'm not going to overdo it because I'm already not feeling good. And me going all the way to town to get only lemon juice, that's one thing, going into town when I should probably not. I should probably rest and take care of things here at home because I've already had all kinds of things going on here this morning. So adulting, I guess, is that what it's called? But I do have these cherry tomatoes I'm going to deal with, so I'm going to cut these up and put them on the dehydrator tray. And then unless there's something little, I'm going to call it a day for day 14. Man, do you ever overdo it? I do quite often, and I get it from my mother. But I'm trying to learn. Lord, have mercy on me. All right, let's get these cut up. If I can get a cutting board and dehydrate it. I love my little tomato knife. I did not know that it was the brand Rada, or however you say it, R-A-D-A. It is linked in the description. I bought it at a Amish store. Well, how did I not know? Look right there. Hello, Captain Obvious. It says it right there. Great, that was nice. Okay, thanks for the humbling, Lord. All right, I bought it at a Amish general store here, and I really like it. I consider buying their bread knife, but it's only like 6 inches long. And since I usually make sourdough, that's just not big enough. Here we go. Almost 1 tray. Not quite. So that will be good and added to my other whole full quart jar of dehydrated cherry tomatoes that I will use throughout the year. I'm going to go ahead and call it a day for day 14. I'm going to listen to my body, to myself, to wisdom, and to those who love me and not overdo it, even though that's difficult when there's so many things going on this time of year. if you have videos not related to this challenge, or I guess maybe related to this challenge too, that you would like to see me do, could you leave those in the comments below? I had a request for some, and so I'm making a list of videos that I think that you would enjoy or that people have asked for. So I'd love to hear from you on what you'd like to see. I think I'll go ahead and finish this video and we'll pick up with day 15 in a separate video. I really appreciate you guys coming on this journey and for watching. We'll see you tomorrow on the next one. God bless.